Hey guys, Kieran here from Gizmo China. Before we get started, be sure to click on the subscribe button and leave us a comment down below if there's any tech reviews that you want us to do. Let's begin. And today's review is entirely shot on the Mate 30 Pro's camera, so be sure to watch carefully and you'll see exactly how the camera performs. Huawei just released its new flagship model, the Mate 30 Pro, one of the most important smartphones with the best combination of camera and performance in 2019. Since Huawei was banned from Google services a few months ago, this period will be critical for the brand. Although Huawei claimed that they would build up their own application ecology without Google support and have using guiding services in their official stores for overseas users, it's probably still a great trouble for users to live without a phone that doesn't have Google services, including Google apps like YouTube and so on. And unlike the global market, the domestic market is able to find substitute apps for most of the Google services that it no longer has. But Huawei promised that they will fix that. But right now it doesn't have any easy solutions for general users. The domestic users in China are able to get substitutes for most of the Google apps, and that's a 1.4 billion people market, which is why Huawei is confident they can make their new flagship phone without Google services. Let's start with the design of Huawei's Mate 30 Pro, which comes standard with the 6.53-inch edgeless curved screen. Our source indicated that the main suppliers are BOE and Samsung. The instant visual experience of the fully covered curved display is striking. Though it looks pretty cool, some users still have concerns like edge touching and display deviation on the super edge curved display. Huawei almost cut all the touch functions on the edge but reserved very limited features. For example, they canceled the physical volume button. You can have it through double clicking the edge, so no matter how we hold it, you won't have any mistaken touches on the system layout. And you can also adjust the display ratio to reach the edges or not as you want. So especially when game playing, there is no more buttons and images folding into the edges. The circular cameras on the back do look a bit like the Nokia Lumia 1020, which is pretty similar to the real camera model. The circular cameras on the back look just like the Nokia Lumia 1020, and they stick out just a little bit, so I'm really worried that they're going to get scratched, which might affect image quality later on. The Huawei Mate 30 Pro is equipped with a super sensitive Leica quad camera combination, an 8 megapixel telephoto camera with 3 times optical zoom, 5 times hybrid zoom, and 30 times digital zoom. A 40 megapixel super sensing camera with a larger normal sensor, a 40 megapixel scene wide angle camera dedicated for video use, and an additional 3D depth sensing camera. In the zoom process, the camera interface, I have to say, the larger sensor is still a key factor in the grading of the camera lens. Thanks to the drive on the Kirin 990 CPU, the image generating and previewing is much faster than on previous Huawei phones. The Mate 30 Pro was able to catch rich colors of an object in full daylight, and even in backlit scenes, it was able to suppress the brightness and preserve the details of the characters. The super night scene further enhances the resolution of the photos in low light scenes. The results are pretty close to the effect with the long exposure on professional cameras. Now you can have it not with a tripod, but also in your hands. But actually, it's already improved the overall brightness when using the normal photo modes in most night scenes, and worked pretty well. The super night mode is very suitable for those extremely low light conditions, because sometimes we found that the brightness would lose control under some night scenes. Another cool feature on the Mate 30 Pro is the photo coloration. You may have your own opinion, but it's definitely unique among smartphones. Probably because Leica does bring some imagination on the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. The samples look pretty emotional and dramatical, so indeed I really recommend it for those who like travel photography, humanistic photography, but hate carrying heavy equipment. It's really hard to use words to describe the detail, so just judge by your eyes here. Okay, let's talk about the telephoto camera with 3 times optical zoom. The equivalent focal length is 81 millimeters, which makes it really good for shooting portraits or objects that are far away. The equivalent focal length is around 81 millimeters. It's really practical when you want to have portrait shooting or just focus on a faraway object. One drawback was that it's not as good as we expected in backlit scenes when we compared it with the photo shot by 2 times zoom telephoto camera on Samsung Note 10. If we have to pick up one highlight of the camera combination, it should be that the 40 megapixel scene camera, which is the first step for Huawei to target the video market. It has a wider ratio sensor with an 18mm equivalent focal length. The high resolution makes it become one of the best wide-angle cameras, as well as just taking photos. It won't disappoint you at all. During my use, I even used it more frequently than the main camera, as it preserved the same level detail and captured more image detail when we have landscape photography. The 3D depth sensing cameras measure the depth of field as the coordination for the 3 other cameras. So when you shoot it under portrait mode, it provides the adjustable aperture to simulate the blurring effect, which is pretty good, especially when we want to make the subject stand out of the background and get a good blurring effect on the background. But the Huawei Mate 30 Pro also has very uncomfortable drawbacks after I used it for a while. For example, the white balance detection is pretty weak and unstable, even under the same lighting conditions. It's a bit changeable, especially when you switch among the triple cameras. We used to discuss the phone cameras more on the photo taking, but not so much on their video shooting capacity, because there was no specific phone confident enough to claim a wonderful video experience until 2019. Huawei and Apple have started talking about their camera's excellent filming abilities. We're trying to bring you a comparison video on their video shooting ability, so please stay tuned. But in this video, we want to focus on the Huawei Mate 30 Pro, which can shoot up to 4K 60 FPS video. First of all, I have to say that the color has been improved thanks to the wider ratio sensor. But it's still unstable sometimes, as it tends to flicker out even when it shoots the same scene. And such color flickers often exist among switching different zoom cameras. The color solution is so unstable that it probably would bring you trouble if you wanted to edit a video in a unified color style, which combines multiple shots with different zoom options. Here we believe that it is probably the result of the auto AI detection. Meanwhile, the white balance problem also exists in video shooting. Sometimes it's not so easy to correct the white balance under complicated lighting conditions. For example, this shot is a bit cooler than the real sunset at that time. We used to show how terrible the anti-shaking was on the P30 Pro. But this time the Huawei Mate 30 Pro has fixed it well through image cutting and OIS. All the samples we presented here were shot by hand. We can see both the moving shots and the stabilized shots were smooth with great stabilization. It even remained quite stable when we were holding the phone with 3x zoom filming. From the video sample shot by the wide-angle scene camera, we did see the ambition of Huawei on the field of filming. The dynamic range was improved significantly, again thanks to the RYYB pixel arrangement. It reserved a good brightness under most lighting conditions, but under strong contrast the images were not sharp enough with the loss of darkness detail. As we use the telephoto camera for a closer shot, the detail loss problem is much more obvious due to its 8 megapixel resolution. Overall right now, the Mate 30 Pro are not able to challenge those professional filming machines. If you want great video quality, you probably need some accessories or equipment for extreme conditions. Some professional filming would include some smooth zoom in and zoom out shots. Unfortunately, the Mate 30 Pro is still not able to simulate it smoothly. Especially when working cameras were changed, there were obvious image stutters and color changes. The official camera app features a dual mode for filming, but is limited among the rear cameras. We could not have the front and the back cameras working at the same time, which is a great feature for those vloggers who want to share both their figures and their views. But such a requirement can be fixed through software solutions, so we're still looking forward to seeing it with more interesting modes. In addition, the Mate 30 Pro supports up to 7,680 frames of slow motion video recording. It's Huawei's best camera for special video recording. Do watch our channel because we're actually going to do a separate video on slow motion recording with this camera. So those are all the important details you need to know about the Mate 30 Pro's camera. Is it the leading camera on the market right now? I think it is. It's excellent for general users and vloggers in good lighting conditions. However, when compared with professional filming machines, you'll definitely see some of the drawbacks. Thanks for listening to our video today. I hope you liked it. We'll catch you next time. This is Kieran signing off. Be sure to subscribe.